Welcome back to BNB Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the intriguing developments surrounding Liam Spencer's medical crisis and its potential implications for his relationship with Steffi Forrester. The medical emergency that has befallen Liam Spencer might lead to fascinating developments in his personal relationships. After collapsing at Bill Spencer's residence and suffering a head injury, speculation abounds regarding potential memory complications. This incident could potentially trigger an amnesia storyline reminiscent of past plot developments on the show, particularly the 2022 arc involving Steffi Forrester. Steffi's evident concern for Liam, as demonstrated in her conversation with Ridge Forrester where she emphasized their enduring connection, suggests that their relationship remains significant despite their current separate lives. This emotional foundation could become crucial as Liam's medical crisis unfolds, especially if Steffi becomes his rescuer at the Spencer mansion as anticipated. The timing of Liam's injury appears particularly meaningful following his confrontation with Bill Spencer. During this tense exchange, Bill criticized his son's indecisive behavior regarding both Steffi and Hope Logan. This confrontation, coupled with Liam's subsequent collapse, creates a dramatic turning point that could reshape multiple character trajectories. Should Liam regain consciousness believing himself married to Steffi, it would mirror the 2022 storyline where Steffi awoke thinking Liam was her husband following Sheila Sharp's violent attack on her and Finn. This parallel construction would create an interesting narrative symmetry while generating fresh dramatic possibilities for the characters involved. The potential memory confusion could serve as a catalyst for rekindling the Liam-Steffi relationship, particularly if Liam makes declarations about their future together upon regaining consciousness. This development would introduce significant complications into the existing relationship dynamics on the show. The writers appear to be deliberately positioning these characters for a potential reunion through this medical crisis. By having Steffi potentially rescue Liam and emphasizing their enduring bond, the groundwork is being laid for a possible romantic reconnection, whether temporary or more lasting. Bill Spencer's role in this unfolding drama shouldn't be overlooked. His confrontation with Liam immediately preceding the medical emergency positions him as an indirect catalyst for the events that follow. His characterization of Liam's waffling behavior regarding Steffi and Hope highlights the long-standing love triangle that has defined much of the show's emotional landscape. Hope Logan's reaction to these developments will undoubtedly add another layer of complexity to the situation. If Liam awakens believing himself married to Steffi, Hope will face yet another challenge in her relationship with him, potentially forcing her to reevaluate her priorities and emotional investments. The amnesia storyline, if pursued, would provide rich dramatic material for exploring themes of identity, commitment, and the nature of love. By having Liam mentally revert to an earlier relationship configuration, the show could examine how much of his character development remains intact beneath the surface confusion. Sheila Sharp's previous actions continue to cast a long shadow over current storylines, with the parallel between Steffi's amnesia following Sheila's attack and Liam's potential memory issues creating an interesting narrative echo. This connection reinforces the show's commitment to maintaining continuity while developing new dramatic situations. Finn's previous miraculous comeback following his presumed death serves as a reminder that on The Bold and the Beautiful, even the most seemingly definitive plot developments can be reversed. This precedent might suggest that whatever complications arise from Liam's injury, resolution remains possible, though likely not without significant emotional turmoil along the way. The writer's decision to have Liam suffer a head injury specifically, rather than another type of medical crisis, strongly suggests their intention to explore memory-related complications. This narrative choice opens numerous storytelling possibilities while building on established character histories and relationships. Ridge Forrester's involvement, through his conversation with Steffi about Liam, positions him as a potential commentator on or obstacle to any renewed relationship between Liam and Steffi. His perspective as Steffi's father adds another dimension to the unfolding drama, potentially influencing how events develop. As viewers await updates on Liam's condition and the aftermath of his collapse, speculation will undoubtedly focus on how this medical crisis might reshape the romantic landscape of the show. The potential for Liam to make predictions about his future with Steffi upon regaining consciousness creates anticipation for dramatic revelations and emotional confrontations. Stay tuned for further developments in this compelling storyline as The Bold and the Beautiful continues to explore the complex relationships and emotional entanglements of its central characters. The aftermath of Liam's injury promises to deliver significant drama and potentially reshape multiple character trajectories in unexpected ways. Next, we will learn about the issue surrounding Scott Clifton's character Liam Spencer and the swirling rumors about his potential departure from The Bold and the Beautiful. The speculation about Scott Clifton possibly returning to General Hospital as Dylan Quartermaine has intensified among soap opera enthusiasts. While fans would be thrilled to see him reprise this iconic role, especially during this pivotal time when the Quartermaine family is prominently featured in storylines, Clifton himself has previously expressed mixed feelings about such a return. In a revealing 2011 conversation with Michael Fairman, Clifton acknowledged he would consider returning to General Hospital if invited, but admitted he felt no strong pull to revisit his former role. "I would come back to GH if they wanted me. But I don't feel any desire to return to GH because I feel proud of what I was able to do over there at that point in my career," he explained. He further elaborated that reprising the role of Dylan would be both challenging and potentially confusing at this stage in his career development. Despite his reservations, many viewers believe Clifton's return would be particularly meaningful for the upcoming tribute to Monica Quartermaine, following the heartbreaking loss of actress Leslie Charleson earlier this year. The emotional resonance of having Dylan present for this tribute would provide a powerful connection to the show's rich history and the Quartermaine legacy. The talented actor's portrayal of Dylan Quartermaine earned him 3 Daytime Emmy nominations, showcasing his exceptional abilities even early in his career. This role placed him at the center of General Hospital's compelling teen storylines, where he formed a memorable romance with Georgie Jones that culminated in a brief marriage before his departure from the show in 2007. Tragically, the character of Georgie was killed off later that same year, becoming a victim of the notorious text message killer storyline that shocked viewers. While Robert Palmer Watkins briefly stepped into Dylan's shoes from 2015 to 2017, many loyal fans maintained that Clifton's interpretation of the character was definitive and irreplaceable. The current prominence of Dylan's mother Tracy in General Hospital storylines creates a natural opening for the character's return, which explains why speculation continues to mount despite Clifton's previous statements. Meanwhile, on The Bold and the Beautiful, Clifton's character Liam Spencer has been noticeably underutilized in recent years, despite the actor's impressive achievement of winning 3 Daytime Emmy Awards for this portrayal. The writers have repeatedly relegated Liam to secondary storylines, frustrating fans who appreciate Clifton's nuanced performance and the character's potential. This pattern of underutilization made recent developments all the more shocking when Liam finally received significant screen time during a dramatic confrontation with his father, Bill Spencer. Their heated exchange centered around Bill's controversial decision to protect Luna despite her reprehensible actions. The intensity escalated when Liam boldly challenged his father's judgment and made the drastic decision to resign from the family business. The confrontation reached a breaking point when Bill delivered an ultimatum, telling Liam to be gone before his return from an upcoming meeting. While Liam had every intention of complying with this demand, viewers were left gasping when he suddenly experienced blurred vision and collapsed, striking his head violently as he fell to the floor. This cliffhanger ending has left audiences wondering about Liam's fate and Clifton's future with the show. Industry publication soaps. Com has offered several intriguing theories about this dramatic development. One possibility suggests that Liam will regain consciousness suffering from amnesia, creating opportunities for character reinvention and fresh storylines. Alternatively, the sudden vision problems preceding his fall could indicate the beginning of a significant medical crisis storyline, potentially giving Clifton meatier material after years of being sidelined. Despite these concerning on-screen developments, it's worth noting that there has been no official announcement regarding Scott Clifton's departure from The Bold and the Beautiful. The lack of formal confirmation suggests that while Liam's fate hangs in the balance within the fictional world of the show, Clifton's position in the cast may remain secure, even if fans continue to wish for more substantial utilization of his considerable talents. The question that continues to captivate viewers across both soap opera fandoms is whether The Bold and the Beautiful might actually be writing out the character of Liam Spencer, potentially freeing Clifton to explore other opportunities, including a possible return to Port Charles and the Quartermaine mansion. The dramatic head injury certainly provides a convenient narrative device for either writing out the character or launching him in an entirely new direction. For devoted fans of both shows, this situation creates an intriguing possibility. Could Clifton potentially bridge both soap worlds, bringing his exceptional acting prowess back to General Hospital while maintaining his presence on The Bold and the Beautiful? While such arrangements are rare in daytime television, they're not unprecedented, especially for performers of Clifton's caliber who have demonstrated their value across multiple productions. As we continue to follow this developing situation, we invite you to share your thoughts on Scott Clifton's potential career moves. Do you believe The Bold and the Beautiful is genuinely writing out Liam Spencer? Would you prefer to see Clifton return to General Hospital as Dylan Quartermaine? The passionate responses from soap opera communities demonstrate just how deeply these characters and performers have resonated with audiences over the years, creating legacies that transcend individual storylines and even shows. Whatever the future holds for Scott Clifton, his impressive body of work across multiple daytime dramas has cemented his place as one of the genre's most respected performers, capable of bringing depth and authenticity to any character he portrays. Whether as Liam Spencer, Dylan Quartermaine, or in an entirely new role, audiences will undoubtedly continue to appreciate his contributions to the rich tapestry of daytime television storytelling. Next, we will learn about the dangerous potential of Luna Nozawa's return to her sinister ways and how Electra Forrester might be walking into a deadly trap. The looming threat of Luna's darkness. Future developments on The Bold and the Beautiful suggest that Luna Nozawa may soon reveal her true colors, proving that beneath her facade of reformation lies the same dangerous individual who has already claimed lives. Despite her claims of transformation, viewers remain highly skeptical about Luna's supposed redemption arc. The coming episodes may showcase just how little Luna has actually changed, with her murderous tendencies merely dormant rather than eliminated. Luna's history of violence cannot be overlooked. She has demonstrated repeatedly that she will go to extraordinary lengths to obtain what she desires, regardless of who stands in her way. Her calculated approach to eliminating obstacles has made her one of the most unpredictable characters on the show, capable of maintaining a pleasant demeanor while plotting unspeakable acts. Psychological experts might suggest that Luna exhibits classic traits of sociopathy, maintaining a charming exterior while lacking any genuine empathy for others. This duality makes her particularly dangerous, as those around her often fail to recognize the threat until it's too late. A perfect storm, Electra's confrontation. The tension between Electra Forrester and Luna has been building to a dangerous crescendo. When Electra discovered Luna's pursuit of Will Spencer, she made what could prove to be a fatal mistake by directly confronting her rival. Not only did Elektra verbally warn Luna to stay away from Will, but she escalated the situation by physically shoving Luna, an action that undoubtedly wounded Luna's pride and potentially triggered her vengeful instincts. Elektra's territorial behavior over Will, while understandable from an emotional perspective, demonstrates a concerning lack of awareness about Luna's true nature. By declaring Will off-limits and physically confronting Luna, Elektra has essentially painted a target on her back. Those familiar with Luna's history recognize this confrontation as the potential catalyst for another deadly scheme. The psychological dynamic between these two women is fascinating. Elektra's straightforward approach to conflict versus Luna's calculating patience and willingness to wait for the perfect moment to strike. This fundamental difference in their characters may ultimately give Luna the upper hand in their escalating conflict. The infamous cage, a symbol of Luna's depravity. Perhaps the most chilling aspect of Luna's criminal history was her imprisonment of Steffi Forrester in a massive cage. This wasn't merely an impulsive act but a carefully orchestrated plan that would have resulted in Steffi's death during a scheduled building demolition had Finn not arrived in time to rescue her. The cage represents Luna's willingness to not only kill but to psychologically torture her victims before their demise. The visual imagery of the cage, cold metal bars, the feeling of helplessness, the psychological torment of watching the minutes tick down to one's death, created some of the most disturbing yet compelling television moments in the show's recent history. Bringing back this element would not only remind viewers of Luna's capacity for cruelty but would elevate the stakes for everyone involved. Industry insiders have hinted that production designers have been working on updated set pieces that could potentially accommodate a return of the cage storyline, suggesting that the writers may indeed be planning to revisit this particularly dark chapter of Luna's criminal repertoire. Luna's murderous past, a pattern of behavior. Viewers cannot forget that Luna's hands are already stained with the blood of Tom Starr and Paul Hollis Hollister. These weren't crimes of passion but calculated eliminations of people who stood in her way. Luna has demonstrated that she possesses both the willingness and capability to commit murder when it serves her purposes. What makes Luna particularly dangerous is her ability to compartmentalize these horrific acts. She can commit murder and then continue with her daily life as if nothing happened, maintaining relationships and even pursuing romantic interests while hiding her dark secrets. This psychological disconnect allows her to function in society while harboring deadly intentions. The deaths of Tom and Hollis followed distinct patterns that suggest Luna has a preferred methodology for eliminating threats. She carefully evaluates her targets, identifies vulnerabilities, and strikes when they least expect it. If she applies this same methodical approach to dealing with Elektra, the consequences could be devastating. The perfect plan, Elektra's potential imprisonment. Should Luna decide to target Elektra, she has already proven herself capable of executing complex abductions. The possibility of Luna drugging Elektra and confining her in the infamous cage is not just plausible but aligns perfectly with Luna's established pattern of behavior. The abandoned apartment formerly occupied by Poppy Nozawa could once again become the site of a horrific imprisonment. To ensure her scheme remains undetected, Luna would likely steal Elektra's phone and send misleading messages to Will, creating the illusion that Elektra has voluntarily left him following some fabricated disagreement. This deception would not only prevent an immediate search for Elektra but would also create an emotional vulnerability in Will that Luna could exploit. The psychological torture of Elektra hearing Luna's seduction of Will from her cage would add another layer of cruelty to Luna's plan, a characteristic flourish that would satisfy her sadistic tendencies while advancing her romantic objectives. Will Spencer, the unwitting prize. At the center of this dangerous triangle stands Will Spencer, completely unaware of the deadly competition he has inspired. While he navigates his relationship with Elektra, He remains oblivious to the lengths Luna might go to claim him for herself. This ignorance places him in a precarious position where his actions could inadvertently encourage Luna's obsessive behavior. If Elektra were to disappear under mysterious circumstances, Will's vulnerability and confusion would create the perfect opportunity for Luna to position herself as a supportive friend and eventually romantic interest. Her calculated patience would allow her to comfort Will through his perceived abandonment, gradually working her way into his heart while Elektra remains imprisoned. The dramatic irony of Will potentially falling for the woman who has imprisoned his girlfriend would create compelling television, forcing viewers to watch in horror as he unwittingly betrays Elektra by seeking comfort in the arms of her captor. The race against time. Should this storyline unfold, viewers would be treated to the heart-pounding tension of a race against time. As Luna executes her plan and begins her seduction of Will, Elektra would be fighting for survival and attempting to escape or alert someone to her predicament. This parallel storytelling would create maximum suspense as the audience wonders if Elektra will be rescued before Luna's plan reaches its deadly conclusion. The question on everyone's mind will be whether history will repeat itself with another last-minute rescue, or if this time Luna will succeed in her sinister objectives. Either outcome would dramatically reshape the relationships and power dynamics among the characters for seasons to come. As we continue to follow these developing storylines, one thing remains certain: Luna Nozawa remains one of the most dangerous characters in the Bold and the Beautiful universe, and anyone who crosses her does so at their own peril.